one of the first things I remember in meeting you, obviously, the name is there. It's like, oh, your dad is Iron Eagle, big fan of your dad. I think both Frank and I are both fans of your father,
Of
by the
course,
way.
of course.
And I remember you, just looking at you and talking with you, just making conversation with you. And in terms of, just asking about what you want to do and how you want to go about your career, you made it a point to be like, hey, you know what? Like, I know I have my dad, but I want people to know that, they can know me and I'm able to do the work and I'm actually good on my own. And I don't need my dad to kind of just push me off and put me in all these different places. You've made it for yourself. So I need to give you those props for that. But of course, as you've continued to make a way for yourself in sports media, the comparisons to your dad are going to show up. The articles, whether it's in The Athletic or whether it's in Sports Illustrated or wherever, they're going to pop up. On TV, it's already happened where they've put you side by side with your father on air, and you two have gone back and forth, which is really great TV. But I'm just curious for your personal perspective, like when you're asked about your dad, or you're in a situation where you and your dad have to share the screen. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the comparisons to your father? Do you feel it adds any pressure to you? I'm just curious, like, how do you feel about being compared to your dad?
Well, I appreciate the kind words, Julian. And the first thing I remembered about you was your incredible stash when you were at Syracuse. It was next level.
Thank you, sir.
It was impressive stuff.
Appreciate
it
that,
was number
sir.
one in Newhouse at the time. It was without a doubt.
No one told me that. I would have appreciated that. Anyway.
Okay, I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait for people to find out I'm adopted after all these years. No, there's zero chance of that. Just absolutely zero. Yeah, I think it's honestly, I embrace all of it. I really do. And I think that the main reason, I should say, not the only, but the main reason that I ended up deciding to go with this path is because I saw him do it all the time. And I saw how much joy he got out of it. And when you've got a close relationship with a parent, whether it be a mom or a dad, I think that you want to emulate them in some way, at least. You want to be like them in some way. And so for me, I saw what he did. I saw how much he enjoyed what he did. I saw how much joy he gave other people. And I said, well, this is awesome. And I'm not going to be able to play many sports if I'm going to top out at 5'8" on a good day. So yeah, I can do something to stay within it. I love entertainment as well. I want to blend those two. And so, yes, to create the own name for myself, it's just being my own self all the time and not shielding any of my personality when the red light comes on. And so how I handle myself when the two of us are together, I think that we like to poke fun at each other just on a day-to-day basis. Forget about when we're on camera. Like that, everyone brings up when we did the Miami-Syracuse game at the same time in Miami. And they're all like, man, how many, how'd you guys come up with all that? Or how many takes was that? Or we did an interview before the game and I sat down. They had told me just beforehand, they're like, hey, we want you to interview your dad. I said, okay, no problem. So I sit down in the chair and I said, well, what do you guys want me to ask? They said, really, whatever you want. I said, okay. I said, how long do you want it? They go, 5-ish minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. I said, all right. And they said, all right, go. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so we just went. And so it was just that first take and that was it. But I think the reason that it hit so well and it went so well and people seem to receive it so well is because they can relate to it. And it was just us being us and having a conversation and poking fun at one another. It's no different than what we do at the dinner table, just talking back and forth and making jokes. And so I think we've tried to carry that over into the quote unquote public eye. And so far it's been so good.